Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day again. I so appreciate you guys. There's over 3,000 of you. It means so much to me. I hope that I show that in the videos that I make for you guys. I hope that shows through. Guys, I wanted to talk to you about the layers. So, like, to peel back the onion on the Gypsy Blanchard unaliving. Because we have been made to go here, we have been made to go there. We have been pulled and pushed in so many different directions, and it's not because of the lack of good commentary. It's because that's the way the case has actually been unlayered. I mean, each time you pull a layer back, there's something completely fascinating to bring to your attention that kind of throws a wrench in what you believe to begin with. So when people like Fancy go from one extreme to the other, it's because of that information that she had at the time made her go that way. And then as more information came forth, it made her say, wait, I was wrong about that. Look at here. Now, maybe there's so many layers because it's all meant to confuse us, because we really didn't know much, except that we certainly don't know how they lived inside that house. We don't know the relationship between mother and daughter. We don't know that. We only know what Gypsy has told us. And Gypsy has lied about several things. She lied when she told Nick that he was going to be the one to take her virginity. She lied when she told everybody she couldn't walk. She lied when she told everybody how sick she was, because she's saying only after she got arrested did she realize she wasn't that sick. She didn't take any medication with her. So she knew she didn't need the medication. Okay? So we don't know the relationship that she had with her mom. We only know what a liar has told us. What an out-and-out liar has told us. Somebody that has used somebody throughout their whole life, and we watched them use somebody just a couple days ago, one of the content creators, and people shouldn't be ragging on Nina the influencer. You get your information from her. Get your information. She's solid. She has good information. The fact that she was giving Gypsy Blanchard a chance to say something to her, so what? She could have had a great story. It would have been irresponsible for her to just close that door and wonder what if, because she feels like she has a response. I don't know Nina. I just know that she strikes me as somebody who is genuinely sorry that she feels like she misled people, and I don't think that she misled anybody. I think she was being loyal to somebody she said she would be loyal to, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if Nina wanted to offer Gypsy a safe place to speak on her platform, we'd all have been jumped on that platform, and we would have all listened to it. And even if she would have given her a safe place to speak, it doesn't mean that she agreed with everything Gypsy said. It doesn't mean that she changed her mind about Gypsy. I don't think it's fair that people have... the person that anybody should be mad at is the person that got away and is walking the streets now mocking everybody because she got away with unaliving her mom and only did 8 years. And now, at 32 years old, she's a multimillionaire. She's followed by millions of people. Well, not anymore, because she couldn't handle that. Do you see that the behavior has not stopped? As of 2 days ago, she used and discarded somebody. She did it with Nick. She did it with her mom. She did it with Aaliyah. She did it with her dad, if that's her dad. She knew how to get in touch with her dad, because when she needed to get in touch with her dad, she got in touch with her dad, right? Couldn't have been that uncomfortable. I don't think that's her dad. I think that the doctor's her dad, because I can't figure out why that guy would just follow her around. And I could see the benefit. I could see the benefit, especially because there is medical fraud. There's medical fraud there. There's an advantage taken of homes, concerts, Ronald McDonald House, Hope Lodge, and people had written, her dentist wrote that she had cancer. That's how she got into Hope Lodge. That's what was reported. That's what Fancy reported. And I know that Fancy has these documents. Not because I've seen the documents, but because I know she has them. I don't care about Fancy's personal life. I'm focusing on this. Okay? Why do I take her word? Because I've watched her. I've seen her in those, the documentaries. Her story, even though the story has changed, it's only changed because as each layer is pulled, a different story arises. And she had enough sense to go after the truth, which led her in a bunch of different directions instead of going after what she thought was going to be the end, because you could have gotten there too and disregarded everything else. But Fancy didn't do that. She paid attention to everything else. And as things started unfolding, she started paying attention to him. Nina too. So nobody's like talking out of both sides of their mouth. As far as these two women, I don't think that they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. I think they're telling the truth. And I think the only person that's guilty here is Gypsy. She manipulated Nick. She lied about everything. Guys, she has lied about... What is she told the truth about? It's not even what is she lied about. What is she told the truth about? That behavior was alive a few days ago. The same behavior. She got off social media because her parole officer said, you should probably get off social media. She shouldn't have been on anyway. I totally believe and agree with Fancy. The crime was developed on social media, so she shouldn't be allowed on it. She's not that and we can clearly see she's not that responsible. So I have a few people, very few, saying, give her a chance. How much of a chance do you want to give somebody? Remember, she spent all that time in jail with plenty of time to think. And the behavior is still the same behavior. It's still the same behavior, guys. I wanted to just put this out there because, and also Nina put up something, Nina the influencer. I'm going to tag that because I busted out laughing with her. I'm just going to tag that.
Irony of this is she unalived her mom in the house that Habitat for Humanity built for them.
Do you remember when Gypsy said that she was addicted to drugs? The time she said that when she got out of prison, right? Or when she got out of prison, I think she said that. Or when she was talking in jail that she had been addicted and stuff. That never came out before. And she left with no drugs. So how'd that happen? Like, see what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't even that old. That lie wasn't even that old. And that's a lie. Because if you're going to go through withdrawals, she said she took like 3 to 4 Vicodin at a time. Come on, man. You got to be buying a lot of Vicodin for that. Right? Really. And then she made that stupid claim. Yeah, So many of them for $50 in jail. You can't buy one for 50. And Suboxone, she said it was. You can't buy one for $50. Come on, seriously. And people just skip through that. Nobody questions, well, what do you mean? What were you addicted to? How come you didn't take it with you when you went? How come you didn't take the wheelchair? If you felt like you couldn't walk, if you thought you were that sick, how come you didn't take those meds with you? How come nobody's asking these questions? Because right away, people believed her story. It was all her mom's fault. It was all her mom's fault. It was all her mom's fault. For all we know, her mom could have just loved her. Because what Fancy has discovered, remember the chromosome disorder? So the chromosome disorder is something that would allow Gypsy, for lack of a better word, it would permit Gypsy to have all of the surgeries because that disorder had all of the weaknesses that all of those surgeries could have corrected if she had them. Because I believe some of that stuff that's written there is medical fraud by a doctor. So if Dee Dee was in love with Rod and couldn't get Rod and messed around with the doctor that she was working with and got pregnant and said it was Rod's and knew that Rod was going to marry her, and that was a way to keep him throughout her life, right? That was a way to keep him with her. And then supposedly there was child support paid, and supposedly he was late on child support too sometimes. There's so much to this. You can see why people go here, there, and everywhere. There's so much to this. I don't know when it's going to end, because at some point I know that Gypsy's going to come out with her show, right? And she might not be allowed to talk because of that either. Who knows what the truth is with this woman? Guys, I think I want to start covering other stories because this one just keeps... I can do something every day about Gypsy Rose Blanchard, but aren't you guys sick of it? There's other crimes. This one is just... I think that the reason why we keep going with this one is because it's still so fluid. You know, now she's out, she's behaving this way. We see who she is, but she thinks she's got us fooled. And let me tell you something. Somebody said that Gypsy and her stepmom don't get along. I think it was Gypsy that was telling Nina the influencer, because Nina the influencer has a bunch of stuff on her page that shows the conversation between her and Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And some of you guys don't have TikTok, so I guess I'm going to have to do that video. If you want me to do that video, I could do that video. But if you have TikTok, you should go check her out. Nina the influencer. Nina the beauty influencer. All right, guys. I don't know what the wind-up is going to be here with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, but I guess we'll be around for it when it happens. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Thanks again. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share. Talk in the comments. I do, and I appreciate you guys being there. Please be better today than you were yesterday, but not half as good as you're going to be tomorrow. Don't be anybody other than yourself. Take care.